Folks, how's it going? This is Avish here, and welcome to DevOps Challenge Hub. So let's start with today's interview question. I hope you have watched all the previous videos. So today it's kind of a little bit a revision where we will discuss some practical scenarios and governance uh, for identity access management, what we have discussed past 4 or 5 days. So if you have not watched past 1 week video, so please watch those videos. The first question is, you get a access denied error while trying to access S3 bucket from EC2 instance. How would you troubleshoot? You have EC2 instance, and from that EC2 instance, when you're trying to access S3 bucket, you're getting access denied. So first thing will come that okay, role is not created maybe, or role is not assigned, not attached, forget to attach maybe, or at the time of launching, or role doesn't have the proper permission, right? So the other things will come in now. So let's see one after another. First, take the IAM role association. So go to that instance and see what kind of role is associated. Go to EC2 console and check out that. Go to EC2 console, and if your instance is and check that what kind of role is associated, which role is associated. If it is not associated, then you have to attach a role. Instance won't have permission to access AWS service. If no role attached, no permission. So attach an IAM role with appropriate permission. Then if role is attached, then check the policy. Policy, does it have S3 update, S3 release, bucket, etc.? If it doesn't have, then EC2 won't be able to do it. Then go to bucket policy and check whether explicitly we are denying anything and not limited to specific principle or condition. Let's check the bucket policy. Anything we are trying to deny or not. Explicit deny will override that IAM policy. Then check the bucket ownership ACL. Is it a bucket created by this AWS account or some other account? Right. So all these details we need to check. Maybe this is not created by this account. Right? Check bucket ownership ACLs. Check network endpoint configuration. Check whether maybe you are running in a virtual private cloud, and from there it doesn't have access, doesn't have internet access. So check NAT gateway VPC endpoint for S3. We'll be discussing this VPC NAT gateway later interview questions in more detail. But there are the different ideas like whether it's in a VPC, whether it has the internet access, whether object ACLs are there, whether it's in the same account or not, role, policy has permission or not. After that, you can test AWS CLI from EC2. You can also check the cloud trail logs, what kind of events, search for AWS access denied. You will see who made the request, what policy was evaluated, why it was denied. So you'll be able to see that. So check IAM role is attached to EC2 first. You check whether the role is attached. Then check the policy. Policy has S3 action. Bucket policy. Bucket is not denying anything. Network, NAT gateway, VPC, everything endpoint is fine. Then do command line test. Then check the cloud trail for exact reason for denial. Next question is, you need to give read-only access to a specific S3 bucket to a team. You have to give it to a team, group. How do you design the IAM policy? So IAM policy, read-only access to one bucket, one S3 bucket only IAM. So allow list bucket and allow read objects. So allow list bucket, allow read objects, allow, an action will be S3 list bucket, S3 object version, S3 get object, S3 object HCL. And resources, ARN, AWS S3, your bucket name /start. And your bucket name. So the other two things you are giving, list bucket read object, read only. And then this policy you have created, and you attach that policy to the group. IAM group, because to the team. Or if it is a team member, attached to the user. If it is a role, attached to the role. The next question is, how do you implement a permission guardrail system using SCP, service control protocol? We have discussed this service control protocol detail in earlier videos. You can go and check that service control policies. So service control policies, it is at the account level. So you can create organization, AWS organization. Under that, you can create several account, like QA account, DevOps, Dev account. Dev account, they want to have their own Dev setup for testing, etc. So account level, you can set that they can create resources only in Mumbai region. They can do this only in this. They should not be able to do here. They should not be able to do here in this region. They should not be able to launch GPU. They should not be able to do this. So that you create a service control policy. This is the account level guardrail. How do you implement compliance reporting for IAM permission? You can use AWS Access Analyzer, config rules, AWS Cloud logs, config rules, CloudTrail logs, IAM Access Analyzers. So this way you can implement compliance reporting. This also we have discussed in more details in earlier videos. You can check that out. How do you design an IAM strategy that complies with specific regulation? So if you have to comply with specific regulation, first thing you have to enforce least privilege. If user doesn't need so many permission, don't give. Just whatever permission is needed, give that. Enable MFA, use encryption, enable logging, apply audit control. So this also similar kind of questions we have discussed in detail in earlier videos. How can you use IAM to implement cost control measures? Restrict permission to costly services like use SCP, service control policies. Account level, you said that this is not allowed, GPU not allowed, or expensive services not allowed. Okay? And if it is not required, those who are going to need it, for them, you create a separate account or separate access and give them access. But for most of the users, they don't need. So you create another account and don't give access at the account level. Service control policy works on account level security guardrail. And IAM level security guardrail is permission boundary. That also we discussed in previous earlier videos. What is permission boundary? Okay, let's go to today's quiz. Which service can be used to audit IAM permissions and detect overly permissive roles? Which service? It's IAM Access Analyzer, right? IAM Access Analyzer. You can use IAM Access Analyzer. To comply with regulations like HIPAA IAM strategy should include use MFA and list privilege. MFA and list privilege is the best of them. How can IAM help control AWS cost? How do you reduce the control AWS cost? By restricting creation permission. By restricting resource creation permission. Arbitrarily, you should not create unnecessary resources. And you have to have audit. Unused resources should be terminated or removed. So that's it for today. Hope you like this video. And please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also follow DevOps Challenge Hub LinkedIn page. I post quiz and questions daily. You can participate in the contest. And also follow WhatsApp channel, DevOps Challenge Hub. Thank you for watching this video and see you again in the next video.